It was pretty shocking what I read.
What did he do?
He had been teaching communications at a different university when he...
Yo, what's up guys, Prince Charming. We are going to be checking out Let Me Explain Studios. My teacher murdered someone. Oh my gosh. Yo, if this is real, this will be insane. Imagine having a teacher and then finding out like a little bit later that they were like a serial killer, or like they just like took people's lives, or they did something worse. I have had quite a bit of teachers who are now either in jail or, you know, have gone fired for doing inappropriate things. I'm not going to say their names. I'm not going to say what they did, because I am friends with like some of their kids, because they were at the school with us. So it was just like, you know, out of respect, you just don't talk about it. You just don't mention it at all. I probably shouldn't even brought it up, if I'm being honest with y'all. But no, teachers are regular human beings, bro. They can do crazy things. You don't have to hold them on a higher pedestal. Girl. Why did I say girl like I'm James Charles? Whenever they leave school, they're humans, bro. They may go home, get dick down. They may do something else. They may go to a hookah lounge. They may go out to drinks. They're humans, bro. Once they leave that 9-to-5 job, once they leave their school premises, they can do whatever they want. At least I'm thinking, you know, as long as they're not posting it on Facebook or social media, they'll be fine. Nobody needs to know what they do with their private life. It has nothing to do with their work life. And I actually used to think teachers like slept at school. When I found out they didn't, I'm like, then what do they do all day? And now I know what they can do all day. Teachers really do be out here, bro, on the low, on the deadlooks. But don't forget to hit me with a like, subscribe, and go ahead and comment something crazy that your teacher did. Like I said, no specifics or anything, but I'm going to tell y'all the story of like the middle school teacher that I know of. Essentially, rumor had it that, and it wasn't even bad. Rumor had it that he, he touched inappropriately a girl, but the thing was that he was like telling her that her skirt or whatever that she was wearing is too short for school dress code. So he was like trying to like pull it down to show her like it's too short. And then she took that the wrong way. She told people. He got fired for it, and it's just sad because he didn't mean it in any wrong way. It's just like, at the same time, bro, you can't just be touching people's skirt. I don't know. It's a very sensitive topic, and I heard now that he has like diabetes and he had to get his leg cut off, which is very sad because we all liked him. He was a coach. Very sad times. But enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and check out Let Me Explain Studios. My teacher murdered someone. I hope you guys enjoyed this very dark video.
You should expect a certain level of stability in your educators. I think we're all entitled to that.
Yes, I agree.
There are bad teachers out there,
A lot
but
of
there is
teachers
a
out there
huge
are
difference
awesome.
between bad and seriously dangerous. Many of you may remember I mentioned my mentally unstable, vindictive theater teacher in a previous video, and I may or may not devote an entire video to her later.
Theater teachers be very
She
expressive.
was nothing compared to who this video is actually about. So for this story, I think we'll call him E, although I guess I could use his real name, considering he's, you know, dead. He might come back to haunt me.
Oh my gosh, what did he
was my
do?
Communications teacher in college. His class was required for my business minor, so there was no getting out of it. So I arrived first day to this class,
I
and
feel your pain.
immediately, like, I set one foot in the door, and something about this guy just doesn't sit right with me. Just his general demeanor and mannerisms and the way he talked, it set off so many red flags. Weird fact about me, for years now, I've had deadly accurate intuition when it comes to bad people. For my entire
I do
life, I've
have
never
that
been wrong.
too. I do have the intuition to be able to look at you and just know if you're up to no good, if you have bad intentions, this and that. It's not 100% perfect like hers may be, but I have shown the ability to call out people before they started doing something bad because I just sensed it on them. And that reminds me, I think it was a UNT teacher. UNT is literally like 45 minutes away from my hometown. It's in Denton, which is near Dallas, which is in Texas. So just to give y'all a general look. And I think that was the school. But anyways, she actually plotted, or I think she actually got away with it or got through with it. But she was trying to leave her husband, and I think she wanted the money because he had money, and she had like her ex-dude on the side coming off her husband, and then they got together. And then nobody really knew about this. It was like good for a couple of years until like police investigated and they found out, and now she's like in jail or something, I think. And this was a UNT teacher. This was like some teacher that was teaching like my friends to go to UNT. This was completely crazy. I don't know if that was completely accurate what I just said, but I do know that it happened. And she was a pretty white blonde, bro. It's people you never expect. I'm telling you. Hopefully I don't marry someone crazy and who offs me so they can have my money and go run away with their Hispanic lover boy. Hopefully that hasn't happened to me.
The serial killer in disguise walks into the room. I'm shamelessly baring my teeth and hissing like an irate cat. And E was just setting off all of the alarms in my head.
And where's the background check?
This the first day, but I might as well have just torn it up right then and there because he never followed it. And listening to him try to explain an assignment was like listening to Tom Cruise talk about Scientology. And when everyone showed up to class with their assignment completed, he would be furious that no one did it right, very often contradicting his own previous instructions.
This just seems like a
would upset this guy.
terrible
I once
teacher.
handed back a test that had a nasty note written in the corner because he didn't like the pencil I'd used. And yet half the time he would teach the class dressed as a pauper and drop cuss words and lewd topics into the lecture.
Oh
like
my
it was
goodness.
nothing.
He should be fired.
Personal stuff too. Like seriously, dude, keep your love life to yourself. And part of the problem with him being a bad communicator, despite being a communications teacher, he refused to stay after class to help and he wanted to answer any questions to clarify his nonsense, and then later would throw a fit about nobody asking for his help.
In college, bro, you really are limited to the teacher and what they can do for you. If they hoe you, they hoe you. If they're a hard teacher, they're a hard teacher. There's not really much you can do. It's not like where it's high school where all the teachers are more or less on the same plan, more or less are like the same level of niceness. Like you may have a mean teacher here and there, but it's never going to be on the level of a college professor. They can literally ruin an entire class for you, if not an entire semester, cause you not to graduate, this and that. And you just have to ask yourself, where is the background checks, bro? Rate my professor is there. People really do rate the professor. They rate him bad. So why doesn't the school look at it and see all these bad reviews and get rid of the teacher, bro? I'm sure not everybody there has tenure, bro. No. And it's always the classes that are not required. And I think they know that. That's why they're angry or like they feel some type of way because they know people are only in their class because they needed to graduate. So nobody's really interested in the topic they're teaching. So it just makes them frustrated. It's not my problem. I don't want to be in this class. I just need to because the school wants to make more money off of me. So I don't know. Shut up. Teach the class. Let me pass so I can graduate and be out of your face.
His ego needed to be fed so badly that he would fish for compliments by constantly asking for feedback. Let me know what I'm doing right or wrong. Special emphasis on what I'm doing right.
Oh,
because God help the poor soul who offered him polite constructive criticism. I got so sick of this guy that I went to the head of the department and complained. Turns out, so did most of the class.
But it didn't
when
help.
The head of the department approached him about it. E took it out on us the next class, saying we should have come to him with our grievances. So, my big incident.
They tried to,
on
though.
The last day of school. One of these policies was if you got a low grade on an assignment, you could correct it and turn it back in for a better grade. On the last day, he was handing back some of these assignments. He gave me back a paper I had corrected that was originally a B+, but when he handed it to me, he said the grade had gone down to a C.
What?
Did you get that? The corrected assignment went down.
How? This man tripping. He big tripping.
I was kind of pissed. To the point that I asked this jerkwad to meet me in the hallway so we could discuss it. I explained to him what I would think would be basic human logic.
Let him know!
Adult.
Let him know!
The paper that was more correct than the previous version
Yeah!
should have a higher grade. Well, E started throwing out every excuse in the book, and I just kept debunking this idiocy over and over again with the same argument.
Bro, imagine you turn in a paper because it's corrected and you're supposed to get a higher grade, and then they actually bring the grade down lower. They would have to meet me outside. How about that? I am sorry. I would have lost it all. I would have been screaming. I would have been filled with rage. And a lot of y'all don't know this about me. I have huge anger issues. And it's the anger issues where I'm completely calm until that last meter just reaches there. And then it's just unyielding, blinded fury and rage, bro. I just go over the top. I start lashing out, but it's crazy because it takes a lot to get me there, and I don't get progressively mad. I literally I'm calm all the way, and then I just rage out. That's me. So I respect her for trying to handle it very logical by explaining to him the right ways, because I just would have been screaming. I would have been throwing things. I would probably got kicked out of school. I would have tried to take his job with me too, though. Got me so messed up if you think I'm going down alone.
Until finally, after like 15 minutes of talking and
Oh.
running around the issue,
Oh my gosh.
I had him backed into a corner.
Exactly.
He started getting physically angry, making threatening gestures at me.
Oh my
I think the only
gosh.
reason he didn't touch me was because my friend Mary was sitting at a table in that hallway, watching and listening to everything. And then it all just kind of caved. He said, "Rebecca, I think I'm just gonna quit teaching."
Oh my
He
gosh.
basically had an emotional breakdown in front of me. I almost started crying. It was very strange and
My man with
embarrassing.
power of my
Several
GPA.
times I told him to calm down and take a breath. Admitting his defeat, he agreed to fix my grade, but then left class early right after that, his tail between his legs.
Don't tell me he's
Same day,
actually
I went
gonna.
back to the department head and told him what happened. Not like it did anything, because he taught for another 2 years at that school.
What?
So now, I bet a lot of you are wondering, well, what happened to E?
What happened to
And as you
him?
might have read by the title of this video, something not very nice. Something very unfortunate, actually. About 2 years after I graduated, someone sent me a link on Facebook to a news article, and it was pretty shocking what I read.
What did he
He
do?
had been teaching communications at a different university when he murdered someone in one state, fled to another state, and shot himself during a police standoff.
Oh my gosh, my mind is completely blown. What? Wouldn't this appear on his background check? Like, the school does background checks because he fled a state. I'm sure he would have been like on America's Most Wanted or something like that. I think you would have to sue the school. Everybody who was in his class and suffered his torture has to do a class action lawsuit and sue the school. School has millions and billions, dude. They can afford it. You can get 10 million apiece. Because it's up to them to provide you with safe, responsible teachers, and they failed to do that. After all the multiple complaints that was received by them. And you have documentation, because I'm pretty sure you can like say, you can write a note. I don't know. You can just say you told them and that they had knowledge about this. This is just something that is so crazy. Like, I would need all A's in that class, bro. I would go back to the DM like, hey, you see that class? He gave me a C in it. Turn to an A right now or I'm going to sue you. In fact, I'm going to do both. You're going to change my grade and I'm going to sue you. How about that? I'm sure they wouldn't like it, but shit, it's going to happen.
Kind of hard for me to add anything more to that. I mean, a man that my gut told me was dangerous ended up being dangerous.
It could have been you.
Though I will say, it is a rather chilling notion that I was standing in a hallway poking a would-be murderer with a
Ooh,
stick
a
over
would-be.
paper.
Okay, a would-be.
And I do sometimes wonder how differently that situation would have turned out if I didn't have a witness.
So that was it for this video, guys, and I hope you go. Oh my gosh, I just completely ruined this. So that was it for this video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, let me explain. Poor girl, man. How do you come back from some? Well, it was 2 years afterwards. So, you know, you had some time to forget about him completely. I completely forgot about my teachers I had 2 years ago, except for the ones that are terrible. So she probably does remember him. But he shot somebody, ran to a different state, and ended up shooting himself in a police stand. I need to know the name. I want to read the article. Please, somebody in the comment section below, please link the article or like comment the name. That way I'll be able to know it because I need to know the full story on this. This is so insane. I didn't know this can actually happen to someone. I didn't know this could actually be real because you would think a school would do background checks, would like make sure the teacher that they're hiring is safe around students, but I guess not. But don't forget to hit me with a like, subscribe, and comment on this video if you want to reply from yours truly, Prince Charming. My name is Prince Hawk, and stay charming, my friends.